I've been learning a lot about online directories recently, and I think the biggest problem, or at least one of the biggest problem with it, is to pick the right niche, because it's like a fight or flight situation. You're either competing with something gigantic, or you narrow it down sufficiently to um, to create a situation where you can be a winner. And when I started the research and I was like thinking about niches, I kept second guessing myself. And turns out it's a solvable problem. And this is what I'm doing about it, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about today. So first of all, let's talk about what online directory is. It's a website that's used for listing stuff. That about it. It can be venues, locations, it can be tools, best books, or whatever. And you would go to a directory when you're searching for the right tool, you're searching for a place to go, and like I'm sure everybody knows Yelp. Um, uh, I forgot the name. TripAdvisor. Yeah. So my point is, it's a completely understandable thing, and it's not really sexy in 2026. Why am I thinking about it? It turns out these things can generate steady revenue, because if you start to rank on Google and other search platforms, then you start getting traffic. And recently you can recently we saw the rise of LLMs, and you can rank in an LLM too. So I think like the point is, you have some data that makes you competitive, and this is what brings the traffic in, and you start to rank, hopefully. And I'd argue that with a right niche you would get a high intent traffic, not a general traffic, but people who actually want to spend money on services, entertainment, tools, etc. So I call it high intent. And like, the difference is they want to do something. Just maybe they are not just browsing around, they're searching for like a places near me, or best tool to do the job. And there are a couple of ways to monetize the directory, as far as I'm aware of it. So the first would be internet ads. If you get a lot of traffic, then you can monetize this traffic by showing ads. Not the best one, but the option is there. Second one is affiliates. You can affiliate with location, with a venue, with a brand, with any kind of partner, and you can make affiliate pages. So I think it's as much about lead generation as the other techniques. So like the point is to generate leads, essentially, and you can have paid listings. So okay, that's interesting. I don't want to do this. So what we were talking about? Yeah. So the challenge of finding the right niche, and the street wisdom on the web says that you need something narrow enough to be good in it, and to be competitive in it, and to rank better than your competition. So that's good to know, but this won't this want to answer what niche is good for you. And this is the point where I started to get lost in the options. There are so many options to choose from, and you start researching it. Sometimes you get intimidated by competition, sometimes you just don't know how easy it is. And um, like you can browse Ahrefs and other SEO tools for many hours and still don't get like a clear signal of this is going to work out. And this is what I was struggling with. So um, my solution in a complicated situation is to create an even more complicated situation, I guess. So what I decided to do is I decided to build one directory right away, just to test the waters and to see how it works nowadays. Um, how fast would I be able to produce one? And the other thing that I decided to do is an analytics tool for myself to pick the pick the directory niches that would allow me to rank in search engines. So I started to do these two tracks simultaneously. And the first track is, as I said, I decided to build a directory. Around the time I was researching it, I started to play padel. So like I have a racket here, and I've learned that it's the fastest growing sport in the world right now. It's really fun. I can recommend it. So, but there were no really good global directories of paddle courts. I would go to Google Maps and I would have to like manually check that this venue is not a tennis court, and this venue like I have to check the websites to see if there's an indoor court, an outdoor court, what amenities do they have, and so on. So it was, uh, I don't know if that's an opportunity or not, but I decided it's a signal to build one fast. That's why I built my paddleway. It's on mypaddleway.com. We can briefly go there, but it's not the point. So I have a number of countries here, and I'm going to work on the data later. And the second thing that I decided to build is a data pipeline. So, long story short, current version costs me around $2 per niche in data costs from the API providers. And I don't want to run it at scale because I don't trust it enough yet, but I'm iterating a lot. And I've been iterating it for, I don't know, 2 months now. So it's one of the projects that are ongoing for me. And what I want to do with this is I've generated hundreds of niches, and maybe I would want at some point to go from like hundreds to thousands. And I want a sieve that would filter niches that I can rank in against niches that's hard like to compete in. And it's not as um yeah, one important point. I just realized this looking at the slide here. So what I really loved about this directory idea is it's very similar to the investment mentality. Like in investments, you build a portfolio of stocks and financial products, and at some point in time, um, some of them will fail and some of them will win. and it's a good idea not to keep your eggs in a single basket. And this same approach really struck me as a working one here. So you're building passive sources of income, and you do this in a risk-reducing portfolio way. I think it's possible to produce like a bigger quantity of directories in right now, because we have AI and we can work faster. So if you do relatively simple things like websites, it's going to work. It's going to help you. And some directories will fail, but some will get traffic and some will get monetized. I think that's the hope. And so it would be good to create a portfolio of 10 directories this year. That would be a goal for this project. And in order to do this, I need to filter niches hard. And then when I find good candidates, I go all in on building them. I go all in on building data pipelines for them, and so on. And I have plenty of experience with it already, because I've built my padel way, and I started making tools to automate the process. And I'll talk about it in next videos probably. So to get you a brief idea of this tool I'm building, I call it niche sieve, because I imagine it to be like a sieve that would get the dirt out and leave only the gold chunks in the sieve. And I want to create a huge batch of ideas, and I want to put all these ideas into this tool. And this tool would measure it from the demand side and supply side. And I think it's really easy to measure demand, because you can access APIs that would give you cost per click and trend information and search volume and yada yada. But it's kind of tricky with the supply side, because you have to measure in some way your competition, and you want to understand if it's compatible at all. So are you better than Google Maps? If not, then you probably should drop it, because like everyone has Google Maps in their pocket. So I think this is a part of the system that's tricky, and this is why I'm spending a lot of iterations improving this system. I want to trust it, and hopefully I'll get to a point when I do soon. And then I measure, I filter, I gatekeep at every stage, so I don't do unnecessary API calls and lower the cost a little. I cache responses, but it doesn't help much here. But anyway, at some point I get to the opportunity score, and I have a scoring algorithm that gives me a rough idea if I should build it or skip it. And it's the way to think about it is to imagine a machine that automatically says no. I wanted a machine that would say no, and this is what it is. I would go over the algorithm and the system in much more detail in the following videos. But today I wanted to tell you about like this twofold approach to making online directories that I'm taking right now. I want to get experience by building actual directories, and I want to have really good analytics pipeline to pick exactly the right niches for me. So it's taken more time that I would like to, but honestly, I would never do so much work without AI. And it's um, it's impressive how much better it became due to a lot of iterations. So hopefully it's useful to some of you, and see you next time. If you watched all the way till now, please give me a like, subscribe, or comment. Bye.